All right, welcome everybody. First game of the year for Culver 16U.
Yeah,
Okay. Yes, just
send it
text
to
it
you.
to me. Yep, thank you. And Kearney. All right, and puck drop, start of the Culver season. We're at Stony Creek playing the Ottawa 67s. And it's going to take me a little bit for figure out numbers, but Ottawa comes in on the right side, shot on net, first save of the year, first everything. We have a couple roster number changes, probably until the jerseys come in. Another save, and Culver trying to clear this out. So we'll try and get the numbers right. Cleared out. Fusoni wearing number 25 today instead of 37. Lou drops it back. She cycles it around and Culver brings that up. Intercepted at center ice. Ottawa dumps that back in on net and save. And we have, let's see, goalie. Who's playing goalie right now?
36.
It's not on there. Is it Williams? Okay, Williams in net today. Culver gets into the offensive zone. Forecheck by Putnam. Bossert around the corner. Bossert pressures. Intercepted back by Putnam. Kept in by Furch. And the puck gets dumped back in. So we have good visibility except for right near our own boards here. But otherwise have pretty good vision of the ice. Puck in, shot, save. Good shot on net by Harris. So we have Harris, Wilson, and Sadiakov out. Sadiakov wins the faceoff. Drop back to Seekins for the shot. Seekins back to retrieve with support. Seekins brings it up. Sadiakov with the puck. She brings it in. Nice move to the outside. She looks for help. Center in the slot. Loose. And dumped back in by Wilson. Ottawa reverses back. They try and bring it out. They cycle back up. They mishandle at the neutral zone, and Culver back with the puck. Still loose in the neutral zone. That was Frazier. A lot of new names this year. Ottawa, they keep that in at the blue line, but they turn it over, and that gets dumped back in. Refs wave off icing. Held in along the boards by Frazier. Frazier tries to reverse back to Lou. Good outlet pass to Frazier. Frazier up to 96. That is, I'm not sure who. That might be Moriarty. Back end, that's Buzinski wearing 44 instead of 40. Buzinski backhands it in. She goes for a change. Get the forecheck going. Birch holds it in. Still holds it just in. Battle on the boards. Over to Bossert. Bossert cycles around. She brings it up top. Swings it over to Fischler. Sorry, I had called Fischler Lou earlier. that puck gets cleared out. Fischler retrieves it. She swings it up the boards. Over to Lai. Lai gets it on the right side. Tries to get it in deep. Met by two Ottawa players, and Ottawa gets that, and they bring that up on the right side. They dump it in deep. Furch pressured. She reverses back over. That comes out. Outside blue line. Putnam gets it in deep. Foster in pursuit, and that gets cleared out, and Ottawa dumps it back in. That goes for icing. So just so you're aware of the adjustments from the roster, Buzinski is number 44 today instead of 40. Fusoni's 25 instead of 37. Vivian Williams in goal. She's wearing 36 today instead of 32. And Bella Kearney is number 26 today. Puck held in by Messersmith. Sadiakov almost with a good interception coming out of the zone, and Messersmith gets a handle on it. She charges in. She gets taken out in the corner. And the puck still cycles down low. Harris holds it in, and we have a penalty on Ottawa. Ottawa number 71 goes to the box. First power play for Culver. Sadiakov, Harris, and Wilson up front. Lou in the back with Buzinski. Buzinski takes a look up ice. Gets that up to Harris. Intercepted by Ottawa along the boards. Battle along the boards. Harris picks that up. She gets into the zone. Harris has a little bit of room. Shot from a steep angle. Save by Ottawa. Nice hard shot, trying to sneak it over the shoulder by Wilson. By Harris. Bosser in for the face-off. These are 2-minute long penalties, so 1:28 left on the power play. Shot by Lou. Good hard shot from the top of the circles. Face off to the left to the Ottawa goalie. Bosser wins this one back to Lou, but it gets chipped out. Buzinski in the feet. Good support by Bosser. Bosser swings it up to Frazier. And the ref apologized for the offsides calls because she didn't actually take the puck over the blue line. Face off just outside. Bosser with the face off again. She ties up her player. They get it in the zone. Shot just wide, and that puck gets cleared all the way down. New rules this year, no icing on the PK, as many of you already know. Trying to bring this up and out, and that gets cleared back in and hit a body and offsides. So 41 seconds left on the power play. 8 minutes left, first period. Esmond with the face-off. Brought in sorry, still looking at names. Fischler gets the puck up neutral zone. She gets it over. Ottawa 1-on-3, but she's taking it through. She gets that poked away. Puck comes back to Putnam. Putnam brings it over. Shot just wide. Held in by Messersmith. Messersmith swings around the board. She cycles over to Putnam. Putnam shot on net. Save. Battle behind the corners. Still cycling around. Messersmith gets a slap shot on. Tried to go 5-hole. And Ottawa struggling to get out of their zone. Now they reverse that out with a little bit of space, but still held in by Bosser. Putnam gets it. She dumps it down low, and they go for a change. Ottawa regroups in their own zone. Got a forecheck on, and Ottawa tries to get it out. Sadiakov chasing in the corner. Ottawa still trying to get it out. They finally do. Met in the neutral zone and held by Culver. Culver brings it back out. Sadiakov brings it back to Seekins. Breakout up the middle. Sadiakov over to Wilson. Wilson shot on net. Sadiakov looks wide over to Wilson. Still battling. Stays in. Good shot. Making the Ottawa goalie work a little bit. That gets poked out and retrieved by Buzinski. Puck brought up by Frazier. Shot. Oh, rebound. Loose. Almost the first one of the year. Fischler back. She finds a little bit of room, gets cut off. She cycles it back over. Furch in, shot, save. Ottawa now. They bring it out 1-on-2. Good move by the player. Saved by Williams. Furch cycling up the left boards. That gets brought back down low. Fischler brings the puck up on the right side. She spins and she almost gets it out. That's gonna get poked out by Furch. Frazier comes in, shot, tries to find that high blocker side, saved by Ottawa. Culver regroups behind their own net. Ottawa intercepts in the neutral zone. Chased by Esmond. Little collision on the far side, and the post gets taken off, and a whistle. We have Fusoni Esmond as the PK, so penalty on Culver. And Ottawa's on the power play here. Ottawa sets up on the right side. They cycle it down low. They're looking up front, but well covered up front, so they swing it back to the outside, up to the top. They try and get a shot through. Nice block by Esmond. Esmond with the puck. Esmond just gets that poked away. Sorry. Missed that shot there. Buzinski battles in the corner. She reverses back over to Lou. They center that out, and Williams covers. Bosser takes the PK faceoff just to the right of Williams. She gets kicked from the circle, and Ottawa wins the faceoff. They look at the top of the zone. They swing it over to the right side. Looking for the shot. Good block by Bosser. Battle in the corner and not quite cleared out. Ottawa recovers. They send that in. Good blocker save by Williams. They send that back in again and cleared out. 40 seconds left on the PK. This comes back to Bosser. Bosser swings that over. Doesn't quite get cleared out. Ottawa recovers. They send it to the middle, but off of a skate. And puck cleared. So Kearney cleared that out. She's with Sadiakov at forward for the PK. Messersmith. A puck gets through. Good save by Williams. Battle for the puck. Culver comes out with it. Penalty over. Full strength. Harris battling in the corner. She gets it. She centers over Sadiakov. Sadiakov with it behind the net. She finds Messersmith. Messersmith gets the shot off. Another shot from the point. Save. And Ottawa tries to clear. Sadiakov cycles it back down low. Ottawa, they come through the neutral zone with speed on Messersmith. That comes through legs. Williams, sharp. Seals that 5-hole. Still coming out. Frazier, she sends it in deep. Bosser in pursuit. Wilson. Oh, intercepted by Ottawa. They get a shot high over the net. Dangerous. Shot goes over the net, but rebounded to the left of Williams, right near the post, and she quickly covers with the pad. (0-0) score. 17 seconds left, first period. Battle on the far boards. Culver trying to clear it out. Ottawa gets control. They center. They're still fumbling around with it, and this should be it. Yeah, not quite enough time. As 86, Adigo Zalzada. I will try. So only 12-minute periods here. (0-0) between first and second. Don't know if they do an ice cut between second and third. Good looking first period for Culver. Had a lot of shots on. And team just starting practice this past week. So they've had, I think, 3 team practices together.
Hello. I'm good. How are you doing?
So start of the second period here. Sadiakov with the face-off with Wilson and Harris. Puck comes back through and Ottawa sends it in deep. Furch digging in the corner. Comes behind the net to Fischler. Fischler, nice little move to get that over to Harris. Harris out and swings over to Wilson. Wilson comes across, stays on side, tries to get the shot on. Sticked aside by the Ottawa goalie. Ottawa, they send that in. That should be an icing. It is. And face-off comes back to the Ottawa zone. Esmond, Lyon, Fusoni up front. Esmond wins the faceoff. Over to Fusoni. Fusoni tries to hold that in. Ottawa, they bring that out. They get a breakout pass and a little bit of room here. Nice recovery by Seekins. Ottawa player looks like she had a step, but Seekins, good recovery and good speed to poke that away. Messersmith tries to get it through, comes back to Seekins, and we get a whistle. Should be a better view of the goal. And Wilson takes the face off. She wins it back to Messersmith. Comes back over to Lyon in the corner. She tries to get that up and out. It goes to the neutral zone. Esmond. Fast in. Culver gets back on sides. That bounces out over to Seekins. Seekins escapes, comes back around, and that gets cycled back into the Culver zone. Seekins wings around the boards, tries to get that, but that gets held in by Ottawa. Esmond up to Fusoni. Fusoni brings that up, almost gets cleared out, but not quite. Seekins gets that out of the zone. Speed from Kearney. She's 1-on-2. She waits for help as Culver changes. She finds somehow good cycle out to the top and shot on net. Saved by Ottawa. I think that was Putnam with the shot. Culver wins the face-off, back to the blue line, D to D. Over to Buzinski. Buzinski. Shot gets blocked, back to the point. Lou tries to shoot in, that gets partially blocked as well. Culver retrieves behind the puck, behind the net. They send that in. Oh, nice look there. by Kearney. Puck comes out of the zone. Kearney sends it up to Bossert. Bossert trying to find a little bit of room. That gets sent back in. Kearney, she finds the puck. Back over to Buzinski. Buzinski, a little bit of room around the corner. She still has it around the edge. Still with it. She tries to send it up front. That gets held in by Fischler. Fischler sends it down low. Battle around the far left boards with 4 girls. Ottawa comes out with it behind the net. They get tied up behind. And I think we have a power play. Penalty on number 18 on Ottawa. And I think we are rolling lines for power play. Puck comes out of the zone. Fischler back to retrieve. She scans her options, sends it up the near boards. That gets held in by Ottawa. Fischler picks it up again. She has a little bit of room here to move on the left side. She gains the zone, goes down deep, looking to set up. She cycles and gets hung up a little bit behind the net. Culver still with possession, trying to center, held in, over to Fischler. Shot goes wide and Culver still with the puck, and that gets held in by Fischler. Fischler back over to Furch. Furch sends it in, and that gets held on by the Ottawa goalie. Good screen set up by Adigo Zalzada. Sadiakov wins the faceoff over to the boards. Harris battling. Back up to the point, shot. Just wide. Chandler with the puck. She swings it over. Held in. Oh, not held in. Ref called that one off. Close one. Sadiakov wins the puck over to Harris. Harris back to Seekins. Seekins to Chandler. Chandler up to Harris. Brought in by Wilson. Wilson tries to send it over to Harris. Sadiakov tries to swing that up. That gets cleared out by Ottawa. Retrieval by Chandler. Chandler up to Wilson. And Ottawa goes off one of their skates and picked up by Chandler. Chandler with the puck. Tries to shoot again. Oh, just wide left. Sadiakov picks it up. Shot, save, nice shot. Chandler pinches in to try and hold that in. Supported by Wilson at the point. Wilson holds that in and get a couple fresh bodies in. Wilson still with the puck. Nope. Comes out, and Ottawa comes out 2-on-2. Ottawa gets their shot partially blocked. Ottawa with the puck again. Save Williams. Ooh, scored it out to the middle. Good clear. Comes out to neutral. Esmond chips that in. Fusoni tries to get to Fusoni and still held in by Esmond. Ottawa, they swing that way out and miss that for an icing. Esmond takes the face off just to the left of the Ottawa goalie. Ref likes to kick people out, so she kicks out the Ottawa center this time. Back to it. Esmond wins the face-off to herself. She cycles behind. She drives in. Nice attempt at the stuff on the near post. Fischler winds it down low. Lai trying to dig that out. Ottawa trying to get that out. Lai gets it, but Ottawa picks that up, and they do clear. Lai picks up the puck through the center. Back, and Ottawa intercepts in the neutral zone. They maneuver through, and they go off sides. Face-off win for Culver from Bosser, but Ottawa pressures early. They have Culver trying to regroup. Culver sends that up. Putnam with the puck. She sends that back in. Nice drop back to Furch. Furch, good shot. Save Ottawa. They send that back in. Putnam with the puck. She sends it in. Cycled around the outside. Bosser just comes offside, so we have a delayed offside right now, and that's going to maybe come all the way into our own zone. Looks like it'll be just outside the blue line. Esmond takes the face off, comes back to Chandler. Chandler reverses. She gets it back. Brings that up to Adigo Zalzada. Ottawa, they intercept. They work it along the sides. Looking to center. Doesn't find anyone there. Good body. Block out Messersmith. She backhands that up to Frazier. Adigo Zalzada with the shot. Chandler tries to shoot it from the left side. That gets partially blocked. Penalty on Ottawa. Cross check. Still battling in the corner for possession. And Culver goes on the power play again with 3:15 left in the second period. Still 0-0. Goaltenders have been very solid on both sides. We have Sadikov, Harris, and Wilson up front with Buzinski and Liu on the blue line. Sadikov wins it back to Liu. Liu looking to shoot. She passes over to Harris. Harris gets met with little pressure. Comes up to Buzinski. Buzinski tries to hold that in, and that gets cleared out. Bounced off the ref. Liu retrieves. She's got some speed. She stays up. She gets it over to Harris. Harris goes down low. Harris with good cycling. She brings that back over and reverses. Saved by Ottawa. Wilson tries to hold that, and Liu keeps that in on the blue line. Ottawa, they try the other side to clear, but still not out. Buzinski back to Liu. Liu sends it down low. Over. Centering gets broken up there. Buzinski back to retrieve. Furch coming in with some good speed. She cycles around the net. She circles. She comes to the top. She tries to get it back over to Fischler. That gets held in. Fischler just gets poked off the stick. She has to regroup through neutral zone. She comes back around. Gives the forwards time to get back out. And Fusoni gets the puck. She sends that up to Fischler. Fischler back to Fusoni. Fusoni over to one of the good hard shot. Nice rebound on the left side. That was a shot by Furch. And puck gets cleared up and out. Fischler with the puck. She comes around the left side. She drops it over. Fusoni with a hard shot. Blocker save. Lai with it down low. That comes back to Esmond. Esmond still with the puck. She centers. And covered. Good idea, just sending it in front. There's some bodies up front. So 56 seconds left in the second period. And who's she kicking out now? She's kicking out Bossert from the face-off circle. Putting him in for the face-off. Wins it back to the Messersmith. Messersmith holds that in. Still in. Seekins tries to get a shot on net. Battle in front. Still held in. Bossert covering for Seekins. Holds that in. Comes around the corner. Ottawa tries to bring it out. And battle on the left boards. Comes back behind to Ottawa. They swing that up and out. And this is on net, so no icing. Putnam, she chips that up and out. Kearney on the forecheck. Bossert still with the puck. She swings that back out to Putnam. Putnam battles along the boards with two Ottawa 67s. And that is the buzzer. End of second period.
Yes, it's our favorite.
So there might be an ice cut. I don't know. Ottawa's leaving for the locker room. So it looks like there is an ice cut now. 0-0 after 2 periods. Culver with some good pressure, but can't crack the Ottawa goalie yet. It is. We'll take a break here. I'm going to put it on mute, and I'll be back after warm up a little bit. I'll leave this running though. Be back after the ice cut. Alright, we are back on. Sorry, I was out warming up. It was quite cold in these rinks. Ottawa picks it up in the center zone. They drop it in for a line change. Harris winds it around the boards to Adigo Zalzada. Chipped up to Sadiakov on the forecheck. Comes back out to Ottawa. They break it out, but they miss their breakout. Chandler swings it over to Seekins. Seekins moving the puck up. Gets that dumped in. Comes back out to Chandler in the neutral zone. She takes a peek up. She goes cross ice over to not sure. Maybe Adigo Zalzada. That gets swung out to the neutral zone and retrieved by Chandler again. So that was Wilson, not Adigo Zalzada. Face off. Back in the Ottawa zone. Esmond takes a face off right in on net. Covered by Ottawa. Esmond wins face-off back to Lai. Lai comes in, shoots, shot, save, blocker. Ottawa comes back out. They are 2-on-2. Good support by all the Culver forwards. Shot on net, saved by Williams. Good glove. Ottawa wins the faceoff. They get a shot that gets blocked. Comes back around behind the net. Esmond trying to dig that out from behind the net. That gets sent across. No one home. And the net is off the pegs. So we'll reset. Sadiakov taking the face-off to the left of Williams with Adigo Zalzada and Frazier. Puck comes out behind the Culver net. They send that back up to Sadiakov. Sadiakov pokes it ahead. Tries to catch up, but Ottawa retrieves. Back over to Buzinski. Over to Lou. Lou tries to chip that in. She holds that in. Gets low support from Sadiakov. And Frazier digging. Still in the feet. Stuck here, but the ref will not blow the whistle. Still stuck. Now Adigo Zalzada gets a hold of it. She sends that back over. Ottawa sends that through the neutral zone with no one there. Lou with a little bit of speed. She sends that up, but right under Frazier's skate. Trips her up. Adigo Zalzada on the forecheck. Ottawa comes through the neutral zone. They get that poked away and sent up. Foster with the puck. She comes across. She tries to find some room, but she gets that poked away. Back over to Fischler. Fischler sends it in deep. Bosser, pressure. Ottawa comes up the right side. Good active stick by Furch with the poke. Furch comes around, has pressure. She comes around the side, gets it over to Fischler. Fischler sends it up, out of the zone. Pressure by Fusoni. Ottawa brings it back through the neutral zone. They dump it in deep. Fischler sends it up the right side. That gets cleared out and sent back in by Ottawa. Furch retrieves behind the net. She looks up to Putnam. Putnam has little room on the right. Putnam sends that back in. Held up along the boards. Chipped by Fischler. Again, and Ottawa gets the puck. They send that deep. Messersmith with some momentum here. She gets through. Oh, almost gets there. Great speed from Messersmith. Just got it. A little poke at the end when she was about to shoot. Ottawa, they get the puck at the top of the circles. They have room. They shoot. Williams. Nice positioning and covers up. 9:47 left, third period. Still looking for the first goal. 0-0. Esmond wins the faceoff back. She tries to send that up the boards. Puck gets up and out. That comes through the neutral zone. Chandler sends it in deep. Puck is on the right side boards there. Tied up with a bunch of players. Messersmith tries to poke. Puck comes up the left side. Chandler goes over to support along the boards. Esmond with a little bit of room tries to get that one over to Harris. And Harris gets tripped up. Draws the penalty. Culver power play. Esmond takes the face off just to the left of the Ottawa goalie. Pressure by Fusoni. Esmond picks it up behind the net. She tries to stuff that in. Almost gets there. Buzinski sends it in down low. Retrieved by Lai. Lai picks it up behind the net. She cycles back around. She circles. Shot. Save. Rebound. Esmond battling in the corner. Lai comes down to support. Lai pushes it up, but no one along the boards. Almost held in, but out to the neutral zone. Ottawa picks it up. Gets met by, oh gosh, sorry. Lai gets that up to Esmond. Esmond dumps it in down low. Esmond spins around, still picks it up, cycles low again to Fusoni. That comes back over to Buzinski. Buzinski, nice move to the center. Over to Sophia. Sophia with room. Shot. Big rebound to the center. No one home. Still held in by Culver. And that gets cleared by Ottawa. Oh, it's a... Didn't realize it was a 4-minute penalty, not 2 minutes. So we have 2:40 left on this power play. Comes back over to Frazier. Frazier dips a shoulder, cycles around. She's still got the puck. She looks for room. Still with it. Nice shot. Rebound. Loose. Fischler tries to pick that up. Buzzing around the net now. Fischler has room. Shoots. Score! Eagles' first goal. Fischler. Fischler with the snipe over the high glove side. Eagles lead 1-0 with their first goal of the season by Abigail Fischler. I'm not sure what the discussion is. I hope it's a goal. I don't know what the ref is over there talking to the Culver bench for. And what's the discussion for? It was at 209. I don't know what the discussion is.
What's going on? What are we doing?
I'm not sure what happened here. They're forcing us to change goalies, I believe, but I can't imagine what the reason is. So Voves comes in now, and at least I believe it is a goal. They haven't put it up on the board yet, but I hope it is. Yep, we're on the board, 1-0. So maybe an equipment issue with Williams, and they force her to switch out. Anyways, Culver with a 1-0 lead. Furch drives it in. Retrieved now by Frazier. Frazier picks up a head of steam. She comes around the left side. She drops it back to Sadiakov. Sadiakov tries to send it to Adigo Zalzada and intercepted by Ottawa and cleared. So we still have 1:20 left on the power play. As the previous one, we scored at 2:09. So, net's off. Ottawa player crashed into the net and whistle. So 2:09 left in the power play when we scored, so they took 9 seconds off and still have the power play. 1:11 left in this power play, 6:26 left in the third period. And now we switch back, so whatever equipment issue it was, Williams is back in net now. And they kick Bossert out again, and Putnam takes the face-off. Bossert with the puck. She pushes it forward, and that gets cleared by Ottawa. Back to Seekins. Seekins over to Messersmith. That gets intercepted. Ottawa picks it up, comes back through the neutral zone, and they send that on net. Williams with the save. Picked up and dumped in, but icing. Didn't quite gain the red line there. We have Bossert, Putnam, Kearney, Seekins, and Messersmith. Puck comes over to Putnam. Putnam tries to send it up, gets poked away and deflected down into the zone. Kearney digs it out of the corner. She sees Messersmith. Messersmith swings it over to Seekins. Seekins sends it to the high slot. That gets intercepted and cleared out. Seekins up to Putnam. Putnam gets cut off. Ottawa tries to chip that back in, held in by Messersmith. Ottawa comes through the neutral zone. With some speed on left side. Save, Williams. Nice glove. That puck was going to the far post. Williams with a quick glove save. .509 left. Sadiakov wins the faceoff back to Lou. Lou over to Buzinski. Buzinski chips that up to Wilson. Wilson over to Harris. Harris takes the contact, sends it up to Sadiakov in the high slot. Had not much time to get a shot off. Ottawa tries to clear that out. They do get it out, and they break out to the neutral zone. One-on-one with Buzinski. Buzinski, nice play. Ottawa recovers the puck. They send it in deep. Back to Lou. Lou gets cut off along the boards. Held in by Ottawa. Lou reverses back over to Sadiakov. Sadiakov, she brings that back to Buzinski, and Buzinski back to Lou. Lou's got some room. She sends that up, deflected, up and out, but Harris with the puck brings it over to Buzinski. Buzinski tries the other side. Esmond with a little bit of room. Esmond still with the puck. Esmond in. Esmond with a backhander. Save.
Stay in there, girls.
Rebound loose. Still loose.
Stay
Digging.
in.
Fusoni in. Esmond with the stick to break up the breakout. Ottawa, they send that back behind the right side. Fischler pinches in. She goes in. She gets taken out. And Ottawa with another penalty. So 3:21 left in the game. Culver goes back on the power play. Esmond wins the faceoff back to the point. Fischler has no room. Lai fans on that pass, and that gets cleared up into the Ottawa bench. So faceoff stays in the zone. Esmond with the faceoff again. This is when Ottawa wins. They send it around the boards, but up into the netting. Esmond with the face-off again to the right of the Ottawa goalie. She wins that forward. Fusoni retrieves from behind the net. She gets possession. She sends that back down to Esmond. Esmond back to Fusoni. Fusoni tries to cycle down low. Esmond behind the net. She sends a pass up front. That gets just bounced off the side of the netting. Fusoni finds Fischler. Fischler to the front. Oh, beautiful play. Esmond almost got a piece of that to deflect that in. Fusoni picks up the puck, runs into Esmond. Fusoni still with the puck. Lai chases behind the net and kept in by Furch, but now cleared. 1:07 left in this power play. Brought in Esmond. Nice move. Oh, beautiful move by Esmond, splitting the D. And Ottawa goalie made a good save there. This is going to go for icing against Culver, so 41 seconds left on this power play, 2:02 left in the game. Eagles up 1-0, trying to book their first win of the season in the first game against the Ottawa 67s. Face off to the right of Williams. Comes back to Ottawa. Ottawa D sends it in down along the boards. Culver picks it up. Frazier with some room. She chips that in deep. She goes in to chase. She gets bodied out. Puck comes back to the point. Chandler with the shot. Nice shot. Hits the goalie in the mask. I don't think she saw it. Good chance there by Chandler. Sadiakov takes the face-off. Puck goes behind the Ottawa net. Rings around the boards here to Lou. Lou takes a shot. Goes wide left. That gets cleared by Ottawa. No ice as the penalty just expired. Lou, with a little bit of room, she chips it in. And Frazier gets the puck. Frazier still with it, and she dumps it in deep. Buzinski holds that and she sends it in deep. 57 seconds left in the game. Culver content to dump it in deep here. They're chasing the neutral zone. Gets poked off Ottawa's stick, and now Putnam puts it in deep again. Ottawa swings it out wide. They find an outlet to the right side. Up front, Ottawa trying to send it through some traffic. They get another shot on. Save. Up front, up top. A lot of traffic. Ottawa, they send it in. They pull their goalie now. 18 seconds left. Ottawa has it along the outer boards. They send it in. Saved by Williams. Out front. 5 seconds left. Puck goes around the boards and out. That should be it. Nice job. Culver with the 1-0 win in their first game of the season. Winning goal by Fischler, the only goal. And they tackle Williams. Had an outstanding shutout in her first Culver Eagles game. Great start to the season by Culver, 16U. Great game by the girls. All right, we'll be back at 1:50 Eastern Time for Game 2 of this Stony Creek Showcase.